Easton Middle School, the site once again for the District 11 5A Girls Championship. We got a good one, your D11sports.com Game of the Week, presented by St. Luke Sports Medicine. Al DiCarlo, Tracy Sear, once again high atop Easton Middle School. One of 4 games to be played, 4 championships to be played. And this is interesting because you're in the 5A classification. This has been owned by Southern Lehigh for the last 4 years. We'll have a new champion.
That's true. It's been dominated by Southern Lehigh for the last 4 years, and this is going to be a great opportunity for one of these teams to step up and get their championship.
Well, let's talk about Blue Mountain and what they have done this year. They're 14-9. They are the number 3 seed coming into the tournament. Ruth Weidman has been around for a long time. She is in her 13th year. They're coming off a win against Shikellamy in the semifinals. Leah Pishock, one of their key players.
Yeah, Leah's the kind of kid that stats don't show up, that she does. She does all the things that aren't on the stat sheet. She's, rebounds for them. But that makes all the little things happen. She's a captain of the team, a leader. She's going to continue her playing career at East Stroudsburg University. But most importantly, she's out there to set the tone for their team.
Well, for Bill Bishie and the Bangor Slaters, they've been in this position before. They're 19-6. They would love to have win number 20 as a district championship win. They're coming off a win against Southern Lehigh out of all teams, 29-19. Casey Walsh is their go-to girl.
Yeah, Casey's got 83 three-pointers, so she's going to launch it today for them. She handles the ball, she controls things, she also defensively comes up with the big plays when they need them. So for them, they need to make sure, Bangor's got to score, and Casey's going to be the person they're looking to score for.
Well, expect a great matchup here. Again, the first of 4 you're watching our D11sports.com Game of the Week, presented by St. Luke Sports Medicine. Back with the starting lineups right after this.
Concussions are serious. 3 million sport, recreation, and auto accident-related concussions happen each year. 20% of high school athletes who play contact sports will suffer a concussion during the season. St. Luke's is the region's leader in assessing, managing, and treating concussions in athletes and non-athletes of all ages. Our multi-specialty teams of experts collaborate to care for you using the latest treatment options. Don't play head games, take concussion seriously. Call St. Luke's to schedule an appointment with one of our concussion experts.
We are back here at Easton Middle School. Al DiCarlo, Tracy Sear, Dave Micah. Glad you could join us again. First of 4 games to be played. And with that, we go to our sideline reporter from Bangor, and that's Shannon Lushko. Shannon, go ahead.
Hi, I'm Shannon from Bangor, and today I had the opportunity to speak to Bangor coach Bill Bishie. He says that today they would like to knock down their shots, play as a team, and win. Preparing for this game was different as they are the first seed. The pressure is off for them for states as they have already made it. I also got the chance to speak to Blue Mountain head coach Ruth Weidman, and although they have had an injury-prone season, they are very glad to be here and are enjoying the moment today. Thank you. Back to you.
Great job by Shannon. We'll have her on board for today's game, and that was actually her first report that she has done with us, and we welcome her, one of our 40 student reporters that have been very busy the last couple of weeks, getting some great exposure when it came to the coming to the District 11 tournament. Well, as we look at this matchup, we mentioned Bangor, 13-5, 19-6 overall. Bill Bishie, 8th year, 125-74. For Blue Mountain, 8-6, 14-9 overall. Ruth Weidman in her 13th year, 237 and 132. Again, the atmosphere here throughout the day, Tracy, should be impressive.
Yeah, it's exciting. I love championship weekend. It's always some great games in the store for us, but especially for today at Easton Area Middle School.
And last night, some champions were crowned as well. We saw a couple here. Central Catholic boys winning a championship. Nazareth girls needed double overtime, but they won a championship against Freedom. Southern Lehigh winning a championship in great fashion as Darrell Coleman, scores 34 points as they beat Pottsville defending champs. Your son part of that team, and your family's had very much success.
It's been a wonderful experience for my family at Southern Lehigh, and it was great to see those boys not only win the Colonial League but also get a district title under the belt.
Yeah, Colonial League and district championships for all your kids, pretty impressive. When they go on the floor, they know exactly what they are doing. So game number 1, again, to set the tone for you for the out the day, we'll have Panther Valley Notre Dame 3A boys, followed by Bethlehem Catholic and Jim Thorpe, 4A girls, and then finally the nightcap will be Northampton and Freedom. Right now we pause in On America with the playing of our national anthem. Well, we get ready for this matchup between these two teams, and with that, an opportunity to see these teams make their way onto the court and get in our starting 5 for both teams. Blue Mountain will go with Abby Beam, a 5'4" sophomore guard, Kaylee Yeager, a 5'5" senior guard, Emily Foshnot, a 5'6" senior guard, Rachel Lucas, a 6' senior guard, and Leah Pishock, a 5'11" senior forward. For Bangor, Casey Walsh, the 5'9" senior guard, Jordan Hendricks, the 5'8" senior guard, Morgan Karasik, a 5'6" senior forward, Kaylee Holland, a 5'8" sophomore guard, and Brooke Baker, a 5'9" junior forward. Your starting 5 for both of these teams. And as Bangor's introduced, let's take a look at our keys to the game, Tracy, for both teams.
Yeah, for Blue Mountain, they have to value each possession, make sure that they take care of the ball. They have to attack defensively and limit Bangors to one shot. For Bangor, their keys are they need to get to the foul line as much as they can, defensive hustle, and react to the ball. It's going to be an exciting game, I think. I expect to see a lot of pressure. We'll see if they come out pressuring each other with some full court press.
When you look at this matchup, and we talked to Bill, and obviously, being that he's been here, he knows. But it's not Southern Lehigh on the other side, and they actually beat Southern Lehigh, even though they're a different team this year. But they beat him in the semifinals. What can he say? What kind of motivation can he say to his players to kind of go get this? Because they've been in this atmosphere, but now that, like you said, they are the number 1 seed.
I mean, Bangor's got to come into this saying that, hey, we're the number 1 seed. We're supposed to be here. We worked all year long to be here. And let's seize the moments, take opportunity. You don't always have to be the best team. You just have to be best team tonight. And, they want to come out and prove that they are the best team in this district.
And we'll see what happens as we get ready for the opening tip of basketball here from Easton. Again, 1 of 4. Glad you could join us on D11sports.com. Our game of the week presented by St. Luke Sports Medicine. And we're watching out and about. Give you an opportunity to take in this contest.
It's a bit of an awkward jump ball there, the toss. See Bangor in their 2-3 zone that they always play. It's nice penetration. There you go, Bangor coming out. Oh, toss the ball away. This is what we talk about, taking care of the ball.
Yeah, that was it was taken away by Brooke Baker, and then all of a sudden they threw it right back out.
Bangor plays really strong defense. They play this 2-3 zone that's given a lot of people difficulties. I mean, Southern Lehigh, only scored 19 points against them in their game the other night.
Feed inside, nowhere to go. They trap 3 down as they collapse. There's got to be something called there one way or the other, you would think. They let him play, and that one taken by Casey Walsh.
Here comes Bangor.
Baseline jumper, and that one is good by Jordan Hendricks. She's on the scoreboard.
And that's a great way to start the game for Bangor. You know, first shot of the game goes in, you know it's going to get the momentum going and feel like it's going to be their day.
Underway here at Easton Area Middle School as they swing this one around. This is Yeager with the basketball. About a minute and 10 seconds into the contest.
They're doing a nice job of keeping the ball moving, Blue Mountain is, and looking for seconds inside, and there's a foul on the call.
So a whistle with a 2-0 score.
Number 33, Leah Pishock's the one we talked about, how she's their steady player for them on the offensive end.
Well, the foul goes against Brooke Baker. Her first, team's first. Tracy, do you look at this game more as the first, 4 or 5 minutes to get a gauge, or do you think it's going to take a while for us to know what's going to happen in this game? You have two different leagues going up against the other, Colonial League and Schuylkill League.
Well, I usually look at it, you let the first quarter, get a feel for each team, what to expect. You have the nervous energy that's going into playing in a championship game, and, you just want to make sure that you're not behind at the end of the quarter or behind too far to be able to catch up, So right now it's a 2-0 game. Both teams are, feeling each other out, trying to decide how this game's going to go for them.
Now, so far, the two shots that they had, that shot doesn't go by Casey Walsh, but the baseline has been wide open from about 12 feet.
Yeah, and that's something that Blue Mountain's got to figure out how to stop. Too many open shots. This is Abby Beam with the ball at point guard. She's had to step into the role this year, and she's done a great job for Blue Mountain, number 2.
Talking to Ruth Wyman, and I know Shannon mentioned the same thing. When we talk about injury-prone, Trace, it's amazing the injuries that they had, and to persevere and continue. They were pulling players out of stands at some point in the season to get themselves situated. We'll get back to that thought in a second. Right now in transition, and going to get a shot actually to the free throw line after just praying that one up.
Yeah, she got tripped up trying to get to the basket. I almost thought she rolled her ankle by stepping on the foot, but she came up all right.
But Coach Weidman said to us, we've been injured. We know we've had some ACL injuries and, other players stepping up.
Almost tripped her up.
Hendricks has 3.
Well, this is what Bill Bishy wants. He wants to get to the foul line. That was one of the points of emphasis we said, and here they are doing it.
Second one is good.
Here comes some pressure. Little 2-2-1 extended pressure, 3/4 court.
4-0 your score, about 3 minutes in. Blue Mountain trying to get on the scoreboard. Nice turnaround in the paint, but had a hand on it and couldn't convert.
And again, Bangor controlling the rebound there. They're giving them one and done, or most of the time they're not even getting a shot off. So they're doing a great job on the defensive end of the court. Now they have to translate it to the offensive end.
That was Rachel Lukács.
Nice job of running through their offense here. They keep moving.
They go backdoor underneath. Almost lost the handle. They stay with it. And so
that's a bad call.
So yeah, I was gonna say Bill Bishy's all over Joe DiOrio right there.
She dribbled her way out of that. She's allowed to get off the ground with a dribble. As long as she dribbled, and she did. That was a really bad call.
4-0. And Bill Bishy's still talking to Joe DiOrio.
I think I'd be talking to him too if I was the coach.
Well, that I'm not surprised. That one knocked away. So far it's been all Bangor even defensively, but more so a couple turnovers that, if you're Blue Mountain, you can't have those early on. That one knocked away.
That was tipped. Blue Mountain's got to try to make something happen here offensively. They're being denied time and time again.
Yeah, great job defensively for the Slaters in the interior. They're getting their hands up and making sure nothing's going behind them.
Blue Mountain does have a couple players on their team that can shoot 3-pointers, but they don't seem to be setting themselves up for that play. Here's a backcourt violation. Ball must be touched by a defensive player on the other team for you to be able to recover it backcourt without a violation.
So Bangor had that first basket seconds in, and since then, just 2 free throws in this game. So I asked you earlier, do you get a feel? I guess you really can't get a feel in this game, even though right now Blue Mountain is stymied offensively.
Well, Bangor doesn't tend to score, a lot of points in their games to begin with. Most of their scoring is around a 40-point game, if that. So, they like to slow it down, run their set, and then use the clock on that end. And defensively, they stymie teams defensively with the zone that they play.
3:29 on the clock, a 4-0 deficit for Blue Mountain. Just 1 basket in the game, and that came by Jordan Hendricks. She's got all 4 points for the Slaters here. Last night, action-packed, as we had 1 game go to double overtime.
Blue Mountain playing some tight man-to-man defense, denying the post entrance pass there. They're staying man on the out-of-bounds play here. It's going to be a screen in for the person inbound at the ball.
So Bangor down to 3 minutes on the clock. They fight for it down here on the baseline, driving through and getting a shot off, but can't convert, is Kaylee Holland, and we'll go the other way.
Looks like the officials are letting them play today. A little bumping going on the drive baseline there, but they're letting them play. So as long as they're consistent.
Down to 2:36.
That was good ball movement, nice kick out.
Blue Mountain, I was going to say, has not had a good shot until there. They actually had a shot to throw that one up, and that's P-Shock with her 4th three-pointer of the season.
That was a nice skip at, pop out, and skip pass. P-Shock stepped right up to the line and buried it. And just like that, it's a 1-point game. Let's see if they could answer. Nope. Strong rebound and a foul. P-Shock.
So 4-3. And when you're not getting looks, you're really not going to score. They finally got a look, and they put down a 3. So Holland on the free throw line where she's at 64%. Makes her first.
And again, Bangor's good foul shooting team, making the most of the opportunities here.
Second one is good.
Bangor drops back into their zone. There's no pressure here. Blue Mountain brings the ball up the court. And again, much better ball movement the last 2 possessions with Blue Mountain.
Baseline. No, that one kicked out, and it's taken there by Holland. And a nice outlet pass to Casey Walsh in transition for the deuce. Best play of the afternoon right there for the Slaters.
That's what they have to look to do, make some offense from their defense and get quick releases like that, quick points on the board.
Every time Blue Mountain goes for a shot and there's a walk, they have 2 coming over and get their hands up. Take a look at the last basket.
Again, shot and rebound, fought for it, kicked it out to Casey Welsh, and a finish the other end. Great play, great heads-up play by Holland.
30 seconds, timeout, Blue Mountain.
So timeout on the floor, 8-3 is your score. Glad you could join us here on D11sports.com. Al DiCarlo alongside Tracy Sear for game number 1. And, we mentioned championships, being decided yesterday. North Schuylkill picking up a victory over Notre Dame. That was Josh Kopp's team's first loss, and they came in the championship. Congratulations. Or second loss, they lost to Trinity the latter part of the season. But, great job by North Schuylkill. They beat Jim Thorpe in the Schuylkill League Championship, and they come up with a district championship. So job well done there by North Schuylkill.
Yeah, North Schuylkill always has a powerhouse up there. They just seem to refill and reload from year to year.
Congratulations also goes out to Ben Tanis as they took on the defending champs in Pottsville.
Welsh in the corner, rebound and put back.
And coming out of nowhere and getting the block was Lukacs. So 59 ticks on the clock. There's a three, and that one is off the front of the rim. Lukacs with another rebound.
It's a strong rebound. They needed to get that. They need a bucket here. It's an 8-3 game, a 5-point game, and in a game that looks like it's going to be a low-scoring one, every basket counts. So they need a bucket to fall for them here.
Foshna couldn't connect on the three-pointer, and it remains 8-3 now with about 36 seconds remaining.
Blue Mountain staying in man-to-man.
Seeing if Bangor here will obviously play for one. See if they can close out the quarter and extend their lead. Holland with the basketball down with 14 seconds. And now they'll start moving here with inside the 10. Try with the basketball, and all of a sudden the lane got wide open, but they couldn't convert as
that was
McCormick
a nice take,
Garner.
it didn't finish. That was a great play. It did not finish. It was a good effort, though.
So Garner couldn't convert. One quarter complete. 8-3 your score. Back with more action. Our D11sports.com Game of the Week presented by St. Luke's Sports Medicine.
St. Luke's Orthopedic Care. Extraordinary care in motion.
Back one quarter in the books. 8-3 is your score. Al DiCarlo, Tracy Sear with you from Easton Middle School. Trace, your thoughts of quarter number one?
Well, now that both teams had an opportunity to get a feel for each other, I think it's important. Blue Mountain's got to come out and get more shots. I mean, they really only have one field goal in the game with the three-pointer. They have to make the most of the opportunities at the other end. You know, Bangor, on the other hand, they seem to be, settling in. They're getting some really good looks at the basket. They just have to finish.
All right, now lost the handle, and Blue Mountain will come out of that pile as Kaylee Yeager. Again, Blue Mountain shot came from the exterior by Leah Peacock. And they really have not had any opportunities to get an interior presence. As I say that, they go in the lane, but the shot off the mark by Lukacs.
And another one and done here, so they have to make sure they're getting some offensive boards, and they're not. Bangor's doing a great job of clearing the boards.
Mentioned Coach Weidman has been around for quite a long time. She's coached 14 seasons at Nativity BVM from 91 to 2005, picked up 353 wins, and at Blue Mountain 237 wins, 590 total for her. Another miss, and we're seeing some easy putts really missed inside.
Yeah, it's tough. Yeah, Coach Wyman, I actually coached against her when she was at Nativity, and she's always had such great programs. They're very well coached, fundamentally sound, and they're always going to give you everything they have. She does a great job.
So it remains 8-3. It's weird doing a game like this and not seeing Southern Lehigh. And Southern Lehigh had to squeak in at the end, just to get in. It's been a tough year for them as well. But those reigns go. We always say, reigns. But when you win 4 championships in a row, well, that's a heck of a stretch.
Yeah, I mean, they had a phenomenal run with the classes they've had. And actually, if you put all their last, I think, 10 years together, it was amazing with all the record overall. And but it's always nice to give somebody else an opportunity to win one here. So this is Bangor's opportunity, or Blue Mountains, for them to take, and we'll see who's going to come away with it.
Yeah, no question. Again, pressure's off when it comes to states. And, you love saying that pressure's off because now you know it's off. But after that, you're like, all right, we got to win a championship. All right, let's You know, that's their first prize. You want to go down low underneath, go to the baseline, and that was almost thrown away.
I thought she was throwing that to me.
Nice feed. Just can't buy a bucket right now. Can Blue Mountain? We're sitting here at 8-3.
They had nice ball movement down there, got a nice open look, but it just didn't fall. And then again, one and done. So Bangor gets the credit for giving them one shot, rebounding, and coming down the other end. But Blue Mountain's been doing a nice job locking down on defense. Now they've moved to their man.
So we are in quarter number 2. There's a 3, and that one hits the back of the rim. And, you know, one of the keys, talking to Ruth Weidman, she said limit Bangor's possession, ideally one shot done, rebound. They're getting it here in the last few possessions.
Yeah, both teams seem to be stepping it up that way. So we got to see what's going to give, the offense or the defense. Here's another outside shot for Pishak.
And you're right. It's back and forth. It's once and done.
At some point, the lid will come off the basket.
Well, we'll see when.
Be careful of a 5 count.
Driving right through the lane, and a whistle and a foul will send Hendricks back to the free throw line.
That's something, too. You know, Bangor's taking advantage of penetration dribbles here and getting to the rim, getting to the foul line. Blue Mountain hasn't gotten to the foul line yet on any of their attempts at the other end. They're settling for jump shots and not putting the ball on the ground. Here's the replay and the drive by Hendricks and the foul.
So 9-3 after the free throw. That's the first point of the second quarter. But with that, that gives the Slaters a 7-point advantage.
It's a nice jump shot right there. And another one and done. So, I mean, it's really
nice
up to Blue Mountain to try to, nice defensive play there by Pishak. Nice block and rebound. They got to move the ball a little bit more, get the defense to shift so they can get an open shot and possibly a second attempt. When they're just coming down and taking 1-2 passes and a shot, it's not giving the defense an opportunity to shift much and allow them to sneak in for some rebounds.
Yeah, inside 4 minutes.
5-second violation. When you hold the ball, you can only hold it for 5 seconds, but then you have to dribble if someone's up tight on you. So she stood there too long.
And Tracy, you mentioned that, you know, obviously when you're coming down the court and right now struggling and you're a quarter and a half in, you really could ill afford to wait to halftime to make those adjustments. It's almost either, you know, you got to do it now because you don't want to dig yourself a bigger hole knowing that you've only scored 3 points in the game. You're already down by 7.
Yeah, like I said, they play that nice 2-3 zone, and they need to try to create more offense by penetrating, getting from the line if they can't get their shots to fall. Like try to make something happen, and they're not doing that.
Well, Kaylee Holland does. She scores the basket to increase the lead to 12-3. Up by 9 all of a sudden. That one knocked away. A chance here again.
And again, because defense, Casey Walsh touched that ball, it's not a backcourt violation.
Here they'll get a good look. A 3, and that one hits the back of the rim again once and done. That last shot was by Foshnot.
And Bangor's pushing the ball up the court.
That one knocked away from Holland. Blue Mountain's 1 for 10 from the field right now.
Yeah, shooting 10%, you're not going to win many games. Did I impress you with my math skills
I
there?
did. That was actually very impressive.
Did you know I used to be a math teacher?
I did not. Now I do. I mean, 1 for 10. I thought that was 90%. I wasn't sure. 12-3.
Look at a little fancy dribbling there off the ground. Oh, and out of bounds. Turnover for Bangor. With 2 minutes and 37 seconds left here, they need to, Blue Mountain needs to bring the ball down and get a score here. They really need to try to make something happen. And I would probably try to create offense from defense. I would probably put a little full court pressure on to try to create something if they can. But it's hard to set up in a press when you're not scoring.
There's a big 230 for this team right now if they want to stay in it at all. Here's a three, and that one was much needed by Abby Beam. And Coach talked about Beam, that they need her to step up a little bit today.
And you look at that, when you think about it, they've made 2 field goals, but they've both been threes, and it's they have 6 points on the board. How much the 3-point has changed the game.
Right back in the mix.
It's a 2-possession game when you think about it still. So
Feed over to Hendricks. That one knocked away.
nice block.
Tell you what, the interior presence that we've seen so far of Lukács has been pretty impressive.
Yeah, I mean, they have some bigs in there. I mean, 6 foot and 5'11". That's some nice size. You know what they say, you can't teach height.
No. Well, we go back to, and when Aaron Gray was playing for Emmaus, you got a guy that's that tall, and he used to go up and down the floor, get his points, but people say, well, he's a little lanky, he didn't give everything. You know what? When you get into college and they get you ready to go, and then he goes, from there he moved on as well. You have that size, you're going to learn things. Another chance at a three, looking for back-to-back, and yes, she did. That's Abby Bean. That's woken up the Blue Mountain crowd.
Yeah, now there you go. Now it's a 1-possession game, a 3-point game, and here's a great defensive play.
Steal in transition, and going to the free throw line is going to be Leah Pishak.
And just like that, we got ourselves a game.
Wow, that changed on a dime.
Well, you knew the lid was going to come off at some point for Blue Mountain. And again, they have 3 threes on the board for their 9 points. They finally got to the foul line by slashing to the basket off the steal.
So Pishak is at 70% for the free throw line, and she hits both. And at the 3:24 mark, it was 12-3. Here at the 1:26 mark, it's 12-11.
This is anybody's game. Blue Mountain starting to feel it.
Feed the corner. Can't get a shot there. They get the rebound assessed. They'll kick it back out, and they almost lost a handle. They'll keep it alive. Another opportunity here for the Slaters. Holland, that one gets tipped. She'll go to the line.
So what just happened there is that girl missed on center court here at Easton. There's 3 lines, and the black line that you see is not the backcourt line, and she tried to save it from the backcourt line, and it wasn't it. I was here the other night watching a game, and the ref called backcourt on the wrong line, and they had to stop the game and reset it because of that. So it's really the white line or yellow line, whatever color that really is, the midcourt, that's the backcourt line. So
good point, because I actually noticed that myself as I said it.
looks like this game's going to be won or lost in the foul line with all these foul shooters that we have.
And that's
the bounce. Friendly bounce. There you go.
14-11. Back up by 3 with 59 seconds left.
Again, they extend that zone out to half court, trying to create quick turnovers. We got a foul on Bangor. There's 50 seconds left here in the game. Just bringing back in Pishak for some offense at this end.
They inbounded here with 48 seconds.
Nice feed to the post. She's got 5 people around her.
Yeah, I was going to say there's a bunch of white jerseys there. They'll come out of the pile here with 35 seconds left. Chance here for Bangor, and is going to be offensive.
Oh, yes.
You know, Trace, we saw that a couple times last night. And, you know, it's one of those judgment calls that you'll start seeing it. You know, sometimes they don't call it early and they'll call it late. Sometimes they call it early, and just to set the precedence. You know, once that elbow starts moving out and, you know, you see it, you know, you can get called each and every time.
Yeah, that was definitely an offensive call. I didn't know if they were going to make it. You know, last night in our game I saw something I never saw. There was a three-man team working it for the officials. There was and a nice finish, nice cloud ball movement, nice pass to the post there and a finish. There was a blocking/charging call that one ref called one way, one ref called the other. They argued about it for about 5 minutes, and they finally called a double foul, which I've never seen happen. And
well, things changed here quickly.
yes,
Bangor was leading by the score of 8-3 and 12-3, but as Lukash, maced his play down low, I believe that's the first basket inside the paint for them tonight. It's Bangor 14-13. We're tight here at the half. Back with more action. You're watching our D11Sports.com Game of the Week presented by St. Luke's Sports Medicine.
Are you searching for a place where you belong? Where your fitness matters? Regardless of what shape you're in, St. Luke's Fitness and Sports Performance Centers have a professional team that will help you meet or exceed your fitness goals. With locations throughout the region and nationally recognized fitness experts, you'll become a member of a supportive fitness community. We call it Extraordinary Fitness. Visit us online to start your free 7-day membership and let us help you thrive. Concussions are serious. 3 million sport, recreation, and auto accident-related concussions happen each year. 20% of high school athletes who play contact sports will suffer a concussion during the season. St. Luke's is the region's leader in assessing, managing, and treating concussions in athletes and non-athletes of all ages. Our multi-specialty teams of experts collaborate to care for you using the latest treatment options. Don't play head games, take concussion seriously. Call St. Luke's to schedule an appointment with one of our concussion experts.
Hall of Fame pitcher Steve Carlton knows what it takes to exceed expectations. He knows what it means to be part of a team that rises above the competition. He knows a champion. Steve Carlton knows St. Luke's Orthopedic Care.
We are back here at Easton Area Middle School. Al DeCarlo alongside Tracy Sear. Shannon Lishko from Bangor is also with us, and she will be talking to both coaches and get their thoughts at the half. And interesting, Tracy, is we're at the half, and what we've seen so far tonight. We've been saying once and done. Here the outlet pass. And going through was Casey Walsh, but they've held her in check from behind the arc. She only has 2 points. Coming through.
and here's another drive to the basket by Holland. And a strong finish.
Holland's only basket, but she has 4 for 4 from the free throw line. And right now, if you're looking at...
Here's the kick out to Welsh for the 3.
You said it before.
I'm sorry, that was Beam, not Welsh, sorry.
8 free throws in a game like this, that's huge.
Yeah, and Beam with her second three-pointer. Yeah, it is. I mean, they really, started making things happen. Here's a beautiful play where they made the pass to the wing. The wing fed the post down low. And Lukacs finished strong to finish out the quarter. So that was a great comeback by Blue Mountain, starting to make things happen in the offensive end. Again,
they were down 12-3, and they battled back. Some numbers here from Dave Mike. Total shots shooting for Blue Mountain, 4 of 14 from behind the arc, 3 of 7, and 2 of 2 from the free throw line. Beam has 6, Lukacs has 2, and Pishak has 5 for the Slaters. 3 of 14 overall shooting. 0 for 4 from behind the arc, but the free throw line, 8 for 8. Walsh has 2, Hendrick has 8, and Holland has 6. But, when you look at your bread and butter, being, behind the arc and hitting the threes, obviously that's got to be a concern here for Coach Bill Bishie.
Yeah, I mean, normally, like you said, they're hitting the shots from the outside. But you know what? When it's not falling from the outside, you got to make some offense by trying to get to the rim and get fouls. And they were able to get to the foul line, and they were converting on the foul line, kept their lead.
Well, two teams battling it. We mentioned Southern Lehigh, the defending champs, and you go back in the for champions in this, and it's been Southern Lehigh. 4 years in a row when you get in that 5A classification, and you put yourself in position to say, we're going to Easton Area Middle School. We have one job to do: play for 32 minutes, and win a championship. And if you look at it, early on, Blue Mountain couldn't hit anything, but they finally got exterior and they got a couple 3-point shots. But you said it, it's changed the way basketball is viewed because you get back in the game in a heartbeat. And take away the 8 free throws, which you can, from Bangor, and but that's where we're at. But 14-13, this is as tight as you're going to be in a championship game. And if you're in both locker rooms, and I ask you that, you have to be telling them yes, the negative, but the positive is, hey, we're in the game.
Yeah, I mean, if you're Bishie, you're going to say, hey, we're still winning. Let's go out and play as if it's 0-0, and let's continue to keep our defensive pressure on. Let's make sure we're converting on the turnovers. I mean, they've had turnovers that they've been able to get either on steals or on rebounds and looking at outlet, and they're not finishing at the other end. In Blue Mountain's case, hey, things are starting to come our way. Our shots are starting to fall. Keep the court spread. Keep the ball moving. And, I would probably come out and pressure if I was Blue Mountain just to – whenever you can get score and get it set up in some type of zone pressure or, full court man-to-man type pressure and try to create, force Bangor to play fast, and get some quick shots and maybe get some quick turnovers and go the other way.
We'll see what happens with these two. We'll take a quick break and get Shannon's thoughts. She's talked to both coaches when we come back. 14-13, you're watching our D11sports.com Game of the Week presented by St. Luke's Sports Medicine. Back after this from Easton Area Middle School. We are back here at Easton Area Middle School. Al DiCarlo, Tracy Sear with you, high atop Easton Area Middle School. And with that, our sideline reporter, Shannon Lishko from Bangor, has talked to both coaches. Let's hear what she had to say.
Hi, and over the halftime break, I got to speak to Blue Mountain head coach Ruth Weidman. She was disappointed that her offense wasn't as there as they could have been, but she was glad her defense were on their best. And it's anyone's game, and they think that they have a shot at winning this. I also spoke to Bill Bishie, and they are trying to make more of the easy shots, and they're winning by one, and all they need is to win by one to win the gold. So it's anyone's game. Back to you.
Thanks, Shannon, and getting that insight, and that's absolutely true. You win by one, you win a championship. However you say it. So. Right now it's a 1-point game, and again, tale of two halves. We'll see what happens. You've been around the game for a long time. We've seen, and even I go back to last night. Last night, if I'm not mistaken, I do have my notes. I believe it was 14-3. Today was 12-3, and I think last night it was 14-3. It was 14-3 in favor of Bethlehem Catholic, and they ended up losing 52-48. So as much as you get that lead early, they always say it's not how you start, it's how you finish. I think it's how you start and finish, but that's just me because – but, it really is. Basketball, you're going to have those teams, slow down at certain points, but you can only keep a player at this time of year, those players that are usually getting those points, and you look at their averages, they usually come to play. Now, Casey Walsh, she hasn't hit a three-pointer. Will they try to go to Walsh and try to hit a couple threes here early on? Hey, if it's there, I'm sure. Minner as well. So we'll see. But right now, if you're looking at a game and you're watching this one wherever you're at, saying, all right, well, we have no idea who's going to win here because we don't.
Yeah, and that's exactly the case. I mean, to me, you're coming out, you're going to play this game the second half as if it's 0-0 if you're Bangor. And if you stay even, you're still going to win by 1, like he said. But you got to make sure that you're coming prepared now in the second half here. You know what to expect. You know what the players kind of have a feel for one another and what each person's going to do. So I'm hoping that this stays close and it comes down to the wire for us and those watching. Bangor ball to start.
14-13, here we go, second half of play.
Blue Mountain stays in their man-to-man defense. And there's the steal by Pishak.
So here comes Blue Mountain coming out a little bit more aggressive than they were in the first half of play.
And Bangor still in their zone, but
Tracy, what happened at the end? I know it's it's the last play and you're getting a basket, but they finally got the interior presence. I know when you're starting to hit three-pointers, that changed everything. But now inside out they go on the three. But what happened there in the last couple plays that they say we can go interior?
Well, Bangor extended their pressure, and by extending their pressure, it allows more spacing on the court for Blue Mountain to work the ball around. So that's really what happened there.
Well, talking about letting them play, they're going to get a jump ball there. Possession arrow will stay. Oh, no, actually, possession arrow will go in favor of Blue Mountain.
Yeah, because this half started with Bangor's ball.
Take
Here's
a look at this.
The replay. She got the rebound. She grabbed hold.
No, they're holding.
Yeah, they're holding. It's a good call. It's a jump ball.
It's a great call. They just went down real hard.
Well, they helped each other up. That was good. Good sportsmanship. I always used to tell my players, if they fall down, jump over them, score, and then pick them up after the play's done.
14-13. Bangor led 8-3 after 1. They took a 12-3 advantage. So foul, if you're wondering foul-wise, I know there's some people asking us about fouls on, when they're watching our live stream last night. We'll keep you posted if anybody gets into foul trouble. Right now, you only have a couple players sitting with 2, so it's not a big concern at this point.
And again, that was a nice steal on the inbound play by Bangor. Now let's see if they can create some offense here.
Pishak has 2 fouls for Blue Mountain.
That's a nice backdoor cut. And nice feed.
And Karasik has 2 fouls as she goes up and misses that shot.
That was a nice play, though. It was well read by each other.
This one moved around. Yeager. They get to the corner. So this has been their go-to player here. That one short again. So after Beam hit 2 threes in the first half, she's missed her first 2 here in the second half. It remains 14-13.
And again, Blue Mountain's really playing tough man-to-man defense, pressuring the ball, stepping up in the passing lanes.
Inside 6 to play. And a quick whistle.
That's only her first foul.
It's on Lukacs.
They stayed man-to-man on the out-of-bounds.
Driving in the lane, good positioning, and then how about another foul on Pishak? So as I said, well, foul wasn't an issue. Now foul is an issue, Tracy. You got 3 fouls.
Yeah, that's your mainstay in there, your post player who's your leader on the floor, picked up her 3rd foul. 5 minutes and 42 seconds into the 3rd quarter. Every coach is different. If it was my team and my player, I'd let her ride.
You let her ride right now?
I'd let her ride. I would. I've let players play. Depending on the kid, but she knows what she's doing. I mean, she's a senior. She's got to know how to play in foul trouble. She's not going to make a dumb foul. I mean, it's the second half. What are you saving her for? That's kind of how I look at it. They need her in there. She's one of their leaders. They can't risk having her out. She's been making things happen for them.
First missed free throw, by the way, for the Slaters. 15-13 is your lead. Slaters still on the attack, trying to drive through. Now, Pishak there had to just shy away.
Yeah, exactly. I wouldn't even have her hands on the ball. She should have just. She just broke her ankles there on that crossover, but she didn't finish. He needs to make that finish.
Yeah, Hendricks, though, calling to the bench. I think she got hurt more than they even looked. She's definitely calling the bench. They're going to have her, get her out of the game. So that's going to be a loss. Let's see how long she stays in there. Here's a shot from the outside. That one will not go for Walsh. Once and done, and just struggling up the floor is Hendricks. And Coach Bishop does not want to call timeout if he doesn't have to, so he's hoping she can go here on this possession until there's a stoppage of play.
Sometimes they just have to run it off. It's not that bad.
Baseline jumper by P-Shock, and she goes down again. And traveling.
Corner came into the game here. Quick inbound and a three. That's a big three by Fashnock.
So for her, 32nd of the year, and Blue Mountain has their first lead of the game, 16-15. Oh, second lead of the game. They were led 4-3. So we're approaching the midway point of quarter number 3. Nice feed on the baseline and
nice
in
drive
for
finish.
Karasik.
Karasek did a nice job of finishing that play.
(17-16). That three will not fall this time for Fashnock.
Another rebound by Walsh.
Wide
Push it
open.
Up court.
And back to the free throw line they'll go. And this time it'll be Madeline Minor.
Nice replay there, showing you Karsak's great drive finish. And again, Bangor have taken advantage of the opportunity, getting a quick outlet pass, getting to the basket, and getting the foul. And again, another made foul shot. They're outstanding from the foul line today.
Yeah, they've just missed one.
Yeah, we say
71% for Minner this year. As we say, we give it a little whammy. And you were saying?
Foul shots win championships. So if you want to win a championship, you got to make those. Bangor staying in the 2-3 zone, staying packed in. They haven't been pressing at all because that, again, opened up the door for them to Blue Mountain to get some shots. And here's Blue Mountain starting to feel it.
So Fashnock with another three, back-to-back for her to make it 19-18.
That was great. Two back-to-back threes for Blue Mountain.
That shot won't go. Ball battling, and that one won't go. Opportunities as bodies go flying.
Coach Bishop said at halftime, we got to make our little simple shots, and there they are. The ones 2 feet from the basket sometimes are the hardest ones to put in. Here's the replay on that. Pass out, step back behind the three-point line by Fashnock, and she buries the three.
Rainbow three for Fashnock. Back up on top, third lead of the game, up 19-18.
Bangor setting up.
Holland with the basketball. And the further you go in this game, which it doesn't matter now because it's 19-18, but when you're a nice pass over to Holland and one. I was going to say the further you go in this game, when I say you keep someone around, but when it's a one-more game, you're not keeping anyone around. But you have Blue Mountain believe in themselves that they can win this game after coming back from their deficit.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Blue Mountain is hitting some shots now. They're feeling themselves. Here's another replay of this Bangor. Nice drive baseline. Nice pass to the opposite block to Holland, and Holland finishes nicely. See if she can make a three-point play of it.
So Holland to the free throw line where she's 4 for 4. She's at 64% for the season. Makes another one. And she's been solid. Converts on the three-point play.
Well, when your dad's a basketball coach,
He has some help with that.
Nice kick out.
Here's another three. Oh, they're flying now. How about 3 in a row? And now 34 for the year. Back up by 1. That's Fashnock.
Foshnot's a senior. She's like, I'm not going out of here with a win. She's not willing their team to win here. Again, kick out. She's set top of the 3, buries it. I watched her play a few times in the last few postseasons with Blue Mountain, and she's a force. I mean, she's a really good athlete. She anticipates well, and she can step in and bury that shot, as you can see.
22-21 as we're inside 2 minutes to play.
Bangor has to take advantage of their possessions. That's a nice kick out to the back screen. No call.
That one almost turnover.
Bodies flying.
Yeah, indeed, and they're going to try to get a timeout here. Coach Bill Bishy's yelling for a timeout. They don't get the timeout. He's frustrated, and the possession arrow will go to Blue Mountain. So all for naught for Coach Bishy, and Ruth Wyman saying, hey, we're up by 1. They have not increased the lead, more than 1. They've been up by 1 on 3 different occasions.
Oh, he's going to dry the court.
Again, first of 4 to be played here. Game number 2 from Easton Area Middle School featured number 4 Panther Valley, who beat top seed Palmerton, and number 2 Notre Dame, who beat New Hope Soulbury in the sub-regional matchup, as this one was as well, but this ends up being a District 11 championship game. McCormick Carner I'm not sure what the holdup is. I don't know if there's any blood.
There was something on the court. I'm not sure.
Now back to action here. 1:40 on the clock. Again, the threes in the last couple of possessions have really turned this game around. And a touch foul there by Casey Walsh.
Bangor's extending their pressure a little bit here, trying to take away that 3-point attempt.
P-Shock will play at East Stroudsburg University. Major in business. Emily Foshnot try to play at Lock Haven. Major in exercise science. Rachel Lukash will head University of Pittsburgh. And
another 3.
Wow,
and she's
they
on
are
fire.
flying. 4 in this quarter for Emily Foshnot, and the biggest lead of the game for Blue Mountain. Now 4.
Silencing the Bangor crowd with those 3s. Nice pass. Shot up by Karasak, not finished. Do they call him possession here?
Now with the basketball now, Slaters find themselves down by a 4-point deficit. Looking to inbound. And they will. Quiet's been Casey Walsh. Averages 12 points a game. She has 1 basket. See if they can get her in the act. They've done a good job on her defensively. Karasak with the basketball.
The Bangor's got to do a better job of taking away that 3-point game. I mean, they were giving them shots, and
Holland doing anything she can, and actually Holland will end up going to the free throw line. Ruth Wyman jumps off. Well, she was on the floor, but you remember that old Toyota commercial, Oh, What a Feeling? She got up, and she was not showing her happiness by any means. So Holland has done a great job on the free throw line. She's made 5 out of her last 6. She goes to the free throw line with 9 points, make it 10.
And this is a sophomore here stepping up and playing some great basketball.
Danny Hess checks into the game.
Blue Mountain's got to secure the miss here.
Missed a free throw. They had it momentarily, and then they lost it. And we'll get a backcourt here for the Slaters. 31 seconds remaining.
P-Shock's back into the game for Blue Mountain in the offensive end.
Again, they've done a lot of this with P-Shock on the bench. That's a double bonus if you want it by any means for Blue Mountain. Now with the basketball down with 25 seconds left.
Now they're really focusing in on Foshnot.
Begging for the basketball underneath is Lukacs.
Skip pass, dangerous.
Yeah, that one taken away by Karasak, and Karasak is going to coast in for and one. Wow. Last thing you want to do right there, a chance to tie the game at 25.
Yeah, I mean, she really did a nice job of anticipating that skip pass there. Ball kind of hung in the air and gave her an opportunity to get the steal and go down coast to coast and get the foul. It's a great play, great hustle. Yeah, as a coach, if you're going to foul on that shot, you want to make sure they're not getting the shot off. Instead, this gives Bangor an opportunity to tie the game. There you have it. Tied at 25. Here comes Bangor with some full court pressure.
4 seconds. There's a shot. It counts if it goes. It does not. The rebound is loose. It goes out right as the horn sounds. Boy, we've got a good one. It was 12-3 early on. You didn't know what you were going to get. Well, it's 25-25 as we go to quarter number 4. We'll be back with more action. You're watching our D11sports.com Game of the Week, presented by St. Luke's Sports Medicine. Back after this.
Are you searching for a place where you belong? Where your fitness matters? Regardless of what shape you're in, St. Luke's Fitness and Sports Performance Centers have a professional team that will help you meet or exceed your fitness goals. With locations throughout the region and nationally recognized fitness experts, you'll become a member of a supportive fitness community. We call it Extraordinary Fitness. Visit us online to start your free 7-day membership and let us help you thrive.
.25 as we welcome you back where you are watching, whether it's in out of state and have a chance to watch it anywhere here with D11sports.com. Tracy, your thoughts through 3 quarters of play?
Oh, it's been fun here. I mean, it's really been a game of momentum, and it's going back and forth. Right now, I think it's in Bangor's favor after that big steal and the 3-point play at the other end. Last night, Southern Lehigh boys played up at Blue Mountain High School against Pottsville, and I want to give a shout out to the Blue Mountain snack stand, which was run by the girls basketball program. They took care of my family last night at the snack stand and told me to give them a shout out.
Man, there's their shout out right there, and you know they're enjoying this game right now. Anyone's game for the championship, Trace. This is where you want to be. Again, 25-25. You kidding me? You put yourself in position. You know the thought. Or the change, Emily Foshnaut with 4 3-pointers in that last quarter. Now with the basketball, and a nice feed down low. Can't get the roll. We'll get another jump ball.
She's lucky she didn't get it over the back call there. They'll take the jump ball on Blue Mountain.
Well, the last thing you want to do is at the end of that play, Lukács had some extra verbiage going on there, and you don't want to do anything that's foolish, this late in the game.
Definitely not. I mean, it's a tie game with 7 minutes and 30 seconds left. That's it. Right now, you're going to play your best basketball for the 7 minutes and 30 seconds and see who can outscore who. So you want to make sure you're not making any mental errors, similar to what, the Allen boys basketball team lost one of their best players. He got a 4th foul and ended up picking a technical after making a comment for a 5th foul and was out of the game. So,
yep, no doubt about that. Here we go, 25-25.
Both these teams being stingy on defense now in this 4th quarter.
With the basketball down low underneath once again, trying to get the exterior extended, and they'll get it to Leah Pishak.
So it was a nice jump shot from the foul line area. They're doing a much better job, Blue Mountain is, of keeping their court spread, keeping their players spread, of spreading out the zone, moving the ball faster by passing instead of dribbling.
That ball trickles out of bounds.
Yeah, it kicked off the Bangor's feet and out of bounds there.
Yeah, Karner had it, lost it, and we'll see the shot here. Again, Pishak just waiting for that basketball to come her way.
Stepped into the space, which you want to do in a zone, and just took the jump shot. Instead of driving into the traffic, she had a wide open shot just inside the lane.
To the corner.
And again, they're doing a much better job of passing the ball and not dribbling in.
Shot won't fall for Beam. Once and done, and come the other way. Bringing up the floor is Holland. Holland's had herself a pretty good game so far this afternoon. Really kept her team in, especially with the free throws. Now drives through, finds a little seam, and draws some contact. Wonder with foul situation, by the way, because we said it before, this can come into play. Well, it's 8. That's the 18th foul on Blue Mountain, which is monstrous in a game that's 2 points right now. Bangor only has 2 team fouls, so already in the bonus, but a couple fouls away from a double bonus here, and it could come in the big play.
Yeah, definitely. And Lukács has just picked up her 3rd foul, number 32. Pisak has 3 fouls as well underneath, so they need to be careful of that situation with 6 minutes to go.
27-25 is your score in favor of Blue Mountain. Glad you could join us here on D11Sports.com, our game of the week presented by St. Luke Sports Medicine. Thinking about getting that one back. P-Shock with eye up a 3-bomb, and that one doesn't go, but they get the rebound. Luke Cash, and she'll go to the free throw line.
These bigs are really going at it down low with the rebounds. Bodies always flying on every play. See if the 6-foot center can get to the line here and finish. Build a 4-point lead against Bangor.
So Luke Cash has 2 points.
She goes up for the rebound, tries to put it back up, and is fouled.
These are bonus free throws for Luke Cash, who's 14 of 41 on the season, 34%. She makes 1 of 2. 28-25.
Here comes Bangor with the ball. Pass to Holland.
Holland inside, scores 2 more.
She went right at her, didn't back down.
So Holland now has a dozen.
That's a good timeout.
So Blue Mountain leads 28-27. As we're sitting right around the 5.
Nice feed to Holland in transition. She takes it to the basket.
Yeah, right around the 5:30 mark as we sit here. And, you know, Bill Bishy's hoping that number 20th win is a district championship. And for Blue Mountain, again, we talked to Coach Ruth Weidman before, and she said to us, it's been a tough year. I mean, how about the conversation we had with her? I mean, injury after injury, who's playing, who's not, going in the stands and saying, hey, dress up, we may need you. And her team persevered, moved through and got himself in a situation where they're in the championship, and now they're up by 1 with 5 and change left.
And she lost, Lindsay Lutz. She lost to an ACL back in January, who was, averaging 11, leading scorer on the team, averaging 11 points per game. So for her team to be in this situation after going through the injuries that she did and the illness that they've been fighting, so this is a great opportunity for Blue Mountain. On the other hand, Bangor's been here the last few years, and they just really want to be the team that finally breaks through.
Now someone's going to be crowned the new champion in the 5A classification after 4 straight.
Bangor sits back in this half-court defense still. They're not going to come out and press at all.
(28-27). 5:20 on the clock. That one
turnover.
thrown away.
Here's an opportunity for Bangor to come down and take the lead. Coach Wyman working the refs right here. She's getting her say in. Okay, here's Bangor's opportunity, like I said. Let's see what they can do.
Driving through, that one is tipped, and it remained Bangor basketball as we approach the 5-minute mark.
Karasek made a nice drive there to the basket, couldn't finish.
Well, the Panther Valley and Notre Dame contingents have made their way into the building. That'll be game number 2. That'll be for the 3A Boys Championship. Right now, though, a championship to be decided. Last night we had double overtime in a Nazareth dramatic win over Freedom. Nice move to the basket. That one too hard off the window by Karasek.
And another jump ball.
Every one of these jump balls that we've had, these girls will not let go.
They're not letting go. You don't want to be the first to let go. Blue Mountain ball. Again, 4 minutes, 43 seconds left here, and still anybody's game. 1 possession game, 1-point game.
P-Shot goes underneath to Lukacs and gets the roll.
That was a nice high-low combination there. Beautiful play.
30-27. They increased the lead to 3 with 4:20 on the clock. Now Bangor with a chance. Again, exterior has not been their, as I say, exterior has not been their focus, and then they get the turnover here by Carner.
And again, here's the high-low. Beautiful, and just hugged the rim and fell through for her.
Second turnover of the quarter there.
This is a big possession. I mean, Bangor's really got to come up with a stop here. They're down 3. They don't want to be down 5 in a low-scoring game like this is.
They move it down to Lukash, over to Pishak. Pishak will go to the free throw line.
They're really doing a nice job. Ball movement there. Going up strong.
Tracy, how important is it, I mean, I know there's still 4 minutes left, but as the timeout is called by Coach Bishy here, but being that you're in the bonus right now for Bangor, do you want to try to, get yourself in that lane and see if, because you've been pretty good on the free throw line, I think 8 of 10, 8 of 11 to get there.
The last couple possessions they drove, they weren't getting the foul calls. So what you want to do is really work for a good shot is what you want. I mean, that matters more. You want an open shot as opposed to trying to force something. But if the lane's there, you want to take it, and when you take it, you want to go in strong and hopefully get the foul, get to the line, maybe an N1.
Right now, we're at 4-minute mark of regulation. Yesterday we said it, and we ended up going double overtime. So again, you didn't think the way this game started. People just joining us here on D11sports.com. It was 8-3 after 1, 12-3, a 9-point advantage with 3:24 left in the second quarter. With 3:24 left in the second quarter, the Blue Mountain Eagles only had 3 points. And since then they've changed it. They hit a couple threes. It was back-to-back by Abby Beam, and then it was Bangor leading by just one, 14-13. As we're now sitting here after 3.5 quarters, and it's 30-27.
Well, when you hit Fashionak hit 4 3-pointers in a row?
Yeah.
I mean, that was huge in that quarter. Let's see if either team comes out with any pressure out of this timeout. Are they going to maintain their half-court defense? Pishak's going to the foul line now. She gets 2 shots. Could put up by 5 after this. Let's see.
Free throw is good by Pishak. Again, she's at 69%. And the second one is good. So match the biggest lead at 5. 32-27 Blue Mountain with 3:55 on the clock as Hendrick brings it up on the floor. Nice to see her back in the game after stumbling there early on. Karasek with the basketball, driving low on Pishak, and Lukash comes up with a rebound. They kind of forced that one inside.
I think that's what Bishy was trying to do is get the ball inside, get some fouls and get to the line, but they weren't getting the call there.
This one's slowly getting away from the Slaters. On the baseline, 2 more, count it, for Lukash. She's got 5 in the quarter.
Bangor needs to come down and make something happen here. They need a bucket here to try to stay in the game, maybe get a quick timeout, set up some pressure full court.
That shot from the outside, no rebound.
Holland with the rebound.
The shot before. Take a look at the last one.
Nice kick out by Pishak. Out to Lukash, and buried it from the baseline. Well, that helped him. That helped Bangor. They're in the bonus situation now. They have 1-and-1 here. That was a big foul shot. She gets her second. Next time Bangor gets fouled, they're going to be going to the line for 2 for the double bonus. There's only 4 team fouls right now on Bangor, and there's 9 on Blue Mountain. Guess the Holland family must spend their weekend shooting foul shots, you know?
Why not?
Here's some more pressure. Again, they're coming up 3/4 court with their 2-2-1 press.
34-29. Quick movement of the basketball. Tracy, there's a lot of time left in this game. You start taking some time off little by little here.
Well, it's going to force Bangor to come out and play some man defense now because she's going to pull the ball out, take the air out of the ball. So Bangor's going to have to make some stops.
That one gets knocked away. Great job defensively there for a second by Walsh. But then they get a whistle and a foul. And then that's going to be on Jordan Hendricks. So Hendricks has 2, and that's the 5th team foul.
Here's the drive baseline.
First one was clean. It was after the first foul. And they thought they were on the free throw line. It was not a shot. And now it's a shot as Lukash will go back to the free throw line for 2.
Again, it's still a 5-point game. These are big foul shots, but like you said, she's not the best free throw shooter on their team, so let's see. And as I say that, she buries the first foul shot.
Number 30, Amanda Minor.
So
you know things are going your way when you're, what is she, 34%?
34%.
For
Yeah,
the foul line.
she's hit 2 of 3 tonight. How about 3 of 4?
Shoots 75% from the foul line.
Wow. You'll take that any given day.
That's right. So here you go. It's a 7-point game.
And defense got just a little lazy there, and the basket easily by Minor.
You know, from Blue Mountain's standpoint, you know, she doesn't want to pick up her 4th foul, and on top of it, they don't want to stop the clock. So Bangor's going to keep attacking the basket. Now, hopefully, you know, they're going to come out of this probably in some type of full court pressure, try to create some turnovers and get some offense, quick offense.
So obviously the opportunity here, you know, still, you know, you had the 5-point lead. You were winning by 8 points here, but you know, around 2:30 on the clock or so, and anyone's game still. But if you're Bangor now, we'll see how their defense plays, and we'll see if Coach Wyman decides that she's going to start milking some clock.
Well, Bangor's not going to be pressing. They're going back to the other end of the court, so they're going to stay in their half-court set. They currently have 6 players on the court. I don't know if the refs figured this out yet, but Bangor has 6 players on the court right now. Okay, one's leaving. No. They were going to try that trick play where they put 6 players on the court for a minute.
That's not going to work.
Okay, Bangor's in a 1-3-1 right now, half-court set up. So they changed and pulled out of their 2-3. Let's see if they can get some traps out of this. The spot's going to be open is opposite the ball. Again, they're still in the 1-3-1, trying to double up.
Driving right through the lane. Wow, Abby Beam.
You can't allow that to happen in this situation. You're in that 1-3-1 zone. You have to take that lane away. You have to force traps. That was way too easy for Blue Mountains Welsh.
Back up by 7.
What a turn of events here.
Well, big time. We saw it last night. It was a 14-3 lead by Bethlehem Catholic, and Central won by a dozen or so. And right now, it's a 7-point lead to feed inside.
Nice pass.
Nice look to Karasak, and she'll go to the free throw line.
Yeah, that was a great. Here's a nice penetration dribble, just like you were doing a ball handling drill right through the defense and into the rim for the layup like Welsh. These are big foul shots with 1 minute and 39 seconds left in the game. She make this back, take this back to a 5-point game if she hits this. If she misses it, Bangor's going to hope to get the rebound and try to make it even a 4-point game. So let's see what happens.
So double bonus the rest of the way, and she misses the free throw, and the next one will put Blue Mountain in the bonus.
So it's a 6-point game here.
38-32, 1:30 on the clock. And P-Shock's going to go right up within score.
It's too easy. This 1-3-1 isn't working for Bangor. Shots are too easy, coming to open spots. It's a beautiful pull-up jumper. Welsh just dribbled through that pressure, hit the open man.
That shot up, and Blue Mountain is inching closer to a championship.
Again, it's an 8-point game with 1 minute to go. Bangor's got to come up and start fouling, I think, to stop the clock here.
1 minute on the clock. Driving through the lane. They're starting to feel it now. 2 more for Beam.
It's too easy. Too easy. They just brought it up by 10.
From the corner, that 3 comes, but is it too late?
37 seconds to go. I think I would have come up and fouled, stopped the clock a little bit earlier instead of giving them those 2 points and taking time off the clock.
So Walsh gets the 3.
Beam had her way dribbling through that 1-3-1 defense, as you can see here, for the second time in 3 possessions. Beautiful ball handling, nice off the glass. Nobody stepped up and tried to challenge her. It's too easy. 7-point deficit right now is really tough. Got to give them some full court pressure. Try to get a quick turnover or steal here. And a quick bucket.
Well, we didn't think we were going to get this kind of game, did we?
I did not. I mean, looking at this, you thought Bangor was going to run away with it, but Blue Mountain found their flow. I mean, you hit 4 threes back-to-back like they did in the middle of the third quarter there, come back, take a 1-point lead. And being tied going into the fourth quarter is anybody's game, and it's 1-3-1. The last 2 minutes has not worked.
No, by any means. And right now, Ruth Weidman has her team. They were up by as many as 10 moments ago, 42-32, before that last basket on the three-pointer.
Here comes your full court man-to-man pressure by Bangor.
42-35. You got to foul and just hope for the missed free throws and come back and bury a three. So we'll walk the floor. So these 34 seconds, depending on what happens really on these free throws, could be a little lengthy.
It's a 1-on-1 here. Bangor has to make sure they box out on the first shot, get the rebound. If they don't get the rebound, it could be dangerous. Again, Blue Mountain did a great job this quarter of handling the zone defenses that were thrown at them.
Missed free throw. Still a chance here for Bangor, but they're going to have to go. Down to inside 30 seconds. They'll try to take a three. That shot off the mark, ball loose. They'll get it back, or will they? They had it momentarily, down to 22 seconds left. And then they'll have to earn it on the free throw line.
Well, she's going to get 2 foul shots here because of the double bonus.
So going to the free throw line is Danny Hess. Hess has only been there 12 times. And she'll miss the first. And Miss Stout checks into the game.
Beams back in the game to handle the pressure. Bangor's going to take this shot.
Second one is good by Hess.
Here comes the full court press again.
42-36, 6-point game. They're looking to, there's a timeout called here by Coach Weidman just to make sure that she has her team ready for the final 21 seconds.
Yeah, I mean, she's done a great job managing this game. She kept her team in it. She told them, kept them believing that they could, stay in this and come back. She was able to create offense when they weren't getting it in the first half.
Well, 13 years at Blue Mountain. She's made 2 Schuylkill League Division I titles, 2 PIAA appearances. Trying to get district championship for her. She had 5 District 11 Single A championships when she was at Nativity, and 3 District 11 runner-ups, as well as 2 state championships and 3 runner-up championships. That was all in the Single A classification when she was at Pottsville Nativity.
Yeah, like I said, they've always had a successful program there, and she's always done a wonderful job. She was the assistant to Father Mako back in the day.
Oh, Father Mako.
And then she took over the program. So
42-36. P-Shock to inbound. Game 1 of 4 to be played here at Easton Area Middle School. They inbound. They got a foul here. They took a lot of time off that clock. That was an extra, 3 seconds or so that came off the clock.
Yeah, when you need to foul immediately, you got to do it immediately and not worry about who has the ball.
Yeah, at this point, you just kind of say, well, I don't care if they're 80% or 30%. You guys just foul and have that opportunity. That will send Fashnot to the free throw line. Fashnot is at 64%. She hit those 4 threes. And the free throw is good.
You feel it slipping away here for good now. It's a 7-point game with 18 seconds to go, and it's not looking good. Make that an 8-point game. Bishy's done a wonderful job with his program at Bangor over the years, getting to this game, and it's heartbreaking when you get this far and you aren't able to capitalize and win it.
And final seconds doesn't win through. P-Shock with the basketball, send it over. And they're going to be celebrating in Blue Mountain as they win this one 44-36 as they take home the championship. 44-36. They'll be getting the trophies as well. And we will talk to winning head coach Ruth Weidman in a minute as Shannon is getting herself situated. But boy, what an exhilarating moment here as they're going to do their handshakes.
Yeah, that was. I mean, it was a really great ball game. I mean, it was anybody's game. Came out. You know, you're thinking Bangor's going to run away with this game, where they came out and got that lead, and you know, each quarter went on. You felt the momentum changing. Going into the fourth quarter, ending a tie. You thought it's anybody's game, and it just goes to show you in the last 8 minutes who wanted it more. And you know, Blue Mountain got aggressive. They were able to penetrate and score some easy buckets, really, with under 3 minutes to go in this game.
Yeah, no doubt. I know. Shannon's ready and talking to Ruth Weidman, and we can get her quickly. I believe we'll get Coach Weidman right away as she turns over. So let's go down and go down to winning head coach Ruth Weidman with Shannon.
I'm here with Ruth Weidman. How does it feel to win the district championship?
It feels great. The kids are enjoying it. It's going to be an awesome bus ride back.
Thank you. Congratulations. Back to you.
Well, that was quick and to the point. You know, winning a championship, and you know, if we can get a player down there, that's fine. You know, we'd like to get them. You know, I know they're going to be lined up, but if we can grab a quick player, because there'll be a couple minutes before they get lined up, that would be great. Now, obviously, you know, Emily Foshnot, number 23, had those 4 3-pointers, so she was electric without doubt. And then Leah Pishak finishes with 11 points. So, you know, you can pick your poison if you want. But either way, Trace, you know, Shannon doing a good job down there. Got us our initial thoughts right there, and it was quick and to the point.
I'll tell you, Coach Ruth Weidman was saying to us before the game that, you know, it's much better to put blue ribbons on than to put the red ones on, and I agree. I've been in both situations, and, you know, when they're handing out these much-deserved second-place ribbons to Bangor's team, it's much more fun when you're putting the blue ones on. But congratulations to Bangor and their team. They had a phenomenal run here in the district tournament. At least got rid of their nemesis, Southern Lehigh, this year by being able to beat them and get to the championship. And, you know, they still have an opportunity in the state tournament to make some noise.
Yep, they do. Again, no specific order. I'd like to always recognize all the players. Obviously, Coach Bishie, Casey Walsh, Nicole Smith, Faith Thompson, Jordan Hendricks, Morgan Karasek, Emma Stout, Bryn Holland, McCormick Carner, Danny Hess, Kaylee Holland, Adeline Minner, Emma Toth, Brooke Baker, and Avery Chavone. Scoring-wise, 5 points for Casey Walsh, 6 points for Hendricks, Karasek with 7, 1 point with Danny Hess, 14 points for Holland, and 3 points for Minner as, you know, they'll move forward. You know, earlier in the game, we went, and we didn't really recognize it, they wore orange shirts, recognizing, you know, one of their students.
Yeah, Tom Stackhouse.
Yeah, he's a junior at Bangor. He's battling through leukemia. He's been at the Ronald McDonald House. We want to give him a shout out. They raised $3,000 in a fundraiser, and have done a good job, you know, without question. And we wish him the very best. And it's a great job that Bill Bishie and his team has done.
Yeah, definitely. Like I said, you know, Bangor has been here year in and year out. He continues to bring the program to the championship game in the 5A classification, and you know they can still make some noise, like I said, in the state tournament. Blue Mountain's going to have opportunity here to get their blue ribbons on, carry the trophy on, and continue on to the state tournament as well.
You know, you start looking around and saw an old college roommate who's going to be a Jim Thorpe assistant coach, which is great to see them. And you know, so as we get ready for the second game, but you know, scoring on this side and for Coach Bill Bishie, maybe a little bit upset, obviously, what happened. But you got to, like you said, you got to turn it around and just get ready for, you know, your next game. Your next game is being the state tournament. You know, this one got away from him. And on the other side, Ruth Weidman, she's got to be elated, you know, with the victory. She gets the championship for Blue Mountain. And congratulations to the Eagles. Again, no specific order in this one. Abby Beam, Lindsay Kuntz, who was injured and not being able to play with the ACL, averaging 11 points a game. Kaylee Yeager, Megan Thompson, Ava Peel, Emily Foshnot, Deanna Fiddler, Rachel Lukash, Leah Pishak, Sydney Costa, and Reese Baldwin rounds out that tandem as they're getting their medals here. 10 points for Beam, 14 points for Foshnot, 9 points for Lukash, and 11 points for Pishak.
Yeah, Blue Mountain did a nice job of coming back, maintaining their composure, and then pulling out a really strong fourth quarter at the end of this game to win this championship. It's much deserved. They've made the little things happen. Beam did a really nice job penetrating and getting to the rim like she did. Those are big shots she made that really extended the lead from being a one-possession game to being a three-possession game.
So we want to thank, winning coach Ruth Weidman, spending a few seconds with Shannon. And, they always wanted to spend their time with their players, and this is a proud moment. I mean, obviously when you don't win a championship, you go through the injury-prone season that you do, and, you put yourself in position to win, and that's obviously a great opportunity moving forward at the same time. And, they'll be celebrating. Blue Mountain, the boys, end up losing the other night. They weren't happy to Southern Lehigh. Southern Lehigh eventually winning the championship, but, they do bring a championship to the school, and it comes on the girls' side.
Yeah, and those Blue Mountain boys were very supportive last night of the Southern Lehigh boys, so it was nice to see them step up and support the team that had knocked them out of the tournament.
Yeah, without question. Now Tom Mole is standing by with the trophy presentation, and he will hand this over to Ruth Weidman and her team. And there it is, trophy presentation. They'll hold that up high and enjoy that moment as they win the title. A moment they'll treasure forever, knowing exactly where they are. I want to thank Jim Prokofsak for his hospitality again with us today as we get ready for game number 2, which will feature Panther Valley and Notre Dame in 3A boys action. Tracy, your final thoughts here.
I just think it was a great game. I love a game that's going to come down to the last few minutes of it. And, they both teams much deserving to be here. And it was nice to see that Ruth was able to pull out the win for her team with all the trials and tribulations they've been through.
Now that'll do it for game number 1. Tracy, it's always been a pleasure, having you on board with us at D11 Sports.
Thanks for having me.
No problem. 44-36 is your final score for Shannon Lischko down on the court for Dave Micah, for Tracy Sear. Again, game number 1 of 4 to be played here. I'm Al DeCarlo saying so long. Final score and a winner is Blue Mountain Eagles. They win this one 44-36. They are champions. Go celebrate. Back with more action throughout the day. Have a great day.